Hello everyone, welcome to the part number 3 for this milestone 5. So the plan for this one is going to be just about some kind of UI stuff. So this is finally what we're going to finish with the command, because right now we have just just plain plain JSON right inside the command screen. I don't think that would be the best thing here. So the thing we're gonna do, it's gonna be pretty simple, just some command, and the command here are gonna have the date. We're gonna make use of a date FNS. I don't use Wonmin when I use client stuff, just because I think Wonmin JS is too big, so I use date FNS. I'm gonna show you all this in this episode. And we're gonna just set up that also to get the like icon here, so we can after that start to work on the like feature in the backend and be able to like. So one thing we're gonna need to add is, because we want to get this date, is to add the insert at value inside the query. So if we go to the command screen, we can just add this right there at the top. Okay, after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create inside the component here a new folder called command in singular. So that's gonna be a simple plain command finally. And in this one, we're gonna just put an index.js. Okay. This one, we're gonna just finally create a plain per component. After that, we're gonna just import the view, text, style sheet, and also we're gonna need the image because of the avatar. After that, we're gonna create a per component finally class, and we're gonna call that comments. After that, we're gonna just wrap it with a view. Say here that's going to be a text with hello, and finally we're going to just put a style with root, because I always start with root, and I'm going to just say nothing crazy, like just a height of 50 and just like that, just for now. And I'm going to put that here in my style, that root. After that, we're going to go inside the index.js here. We're going to do shift command D to copy this one, and then we're going to do command right there just to get both. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back inside the command screen. We're gonna replace the the scroll view with a flat list. So what we're gonna do, it's now here that's gonna be a flat list, and here we're gonna have some value. Okay, the first thing we need to have the data, and as you can see, data is an object, and inside this object we have the comment. So we're gonna say data.comments. I always almost do this when I start with React Native, like when I start a screen or something like that, when I'm gonna receive data, it's I just show my data right there inside the screen, just because that can give me an ID when I'm working here. After that, we're gonna also need the key instructor. We're gonna call this function key instructor. If I can type. So this one here, remember, this one gonna receive an item, so one object. And finally, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do item.id. So what we want is just returning something unique, so the ID. After that, here we're gonna also need the render item, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna call a function render item. This function gonna be right there, but this one here receive two things: receive the item and also the index, but we just need the item. And now here we're gonna call the command we didn't import yet, but we're gonna do this. So now we can remove the scroll view from that, and now the command gonna came from the command folder, component folder, I'm sorry, and that's gonna be the command. And now here we can spread the item like that. Okay, I think that can be good. So now if I save and I refresh my screen, I'm gonna go to the one I have, and I'm gonna just click here, and now we see hello hello hello, because this one have 3 commands. So now we can remove the scroll view. And one thing also we can do, if you want to just make it faster, because here we need to scroll always, is I think if I remove reverse, no, if I remember, no, we don't have it, so we don't gonna complicate. So now we're gonna go in the command, and what we're gonna do, it's I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna do command D, and I'm gonna click on enable auto reloading. It's not the best thing because you don't always keep the good state, but at least we can work in the screen and see the reloading refresh right there. Okay, so now for this screen, if we check back the image, okay, we need to get that in 3 containers, okay? So we have one command. So this command here is this thing, okay? What we need to do is take one container for the avatar, one wrapper, I mean, for the content, and another wrapper for the earth. And also this earth here, this full wrapper gonna be touchable, so this way the one with big finger can hit this like button. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So what we need to do is we're gonna create finally 3 set of view, and we're gonna already design some here. So we're gonna add here for the avatar wrapper, content wrapper, and for the button wrapper. And why I just say button, because right now we have just one button. You can say button like whatever you want. And now here, okay, what we can do, so we need to test the space, okay? So we can say that flex 1 background color red, and finally I'm gonna just copy this one here and here, but I'm gonna change the color here to be blue and here to be yellow, okay? Like that. Now I'm gonna say style that avatar wrapper, style that content wrapper. Oh, don't know what, too many things, like that. And finally style that, and this one's gonna be button wrapper, okay? Now if I save, we get an error, okay? And now we see we get nothing. One thing we need to add is align self stretch. One second. Okay, I maybe know why. So we're gonna need to add some content. Oops, sorry, I refresh. So what we're gonna do is, because now this flex don't take the, yeah, okay, take the space after the refresh. So now the roots for what we need, it's, as you can see, we have it top to the bottom. So it's column, we want it to be row, so we're gonna see flex direction to be row, okay? Now if I save, now we see it's a full flex one of each, so each one of them have the same space. But this is not what we want when we look here. So here we need to take some space. So from what I take, it's the avatar gonna have only a flex 0.2. The content avatar always keep 1. So what I do is I always keep the bigger one with the flex 1. So both gonna take the space they want, but this one gonna always take the full space. And for the button, what I do with the button, it's I say 0.2 also. So now we see, because this one take 2 and 2, the full one take this space, but this one become bigger because this one is not anymore 1 also. So you see the point? First thing we can do also, it's now changing the height, okay? Because as you can see, when you work with Instagram, they have some command who is bigger than the other one. Example, this one, etc. Like they all become just bigger. And so here I'm gonna just change that to have a min height of 70. Yep. Okay, yeah. We're gonna say I take this note, but I don't remember why 70. Yeah. So now what we're gonna do with the avatar now, it's we have access to the avatar from the GraphQL. Okay, so remember, I spread the prop, so we're gonna have access to the user by doing this, that props, that user, and that avatar for the avatar. So here we can put the image with the source URI, this, that props, dot user, that avatar. Okay, if I do this and I save, now we don't see the avatar, because this avatar need to have some style, because it's not a picture coming from your mobile, it's a picture coming from the web. So React Native don't know how to size it. So here we're gonna say style that avatar, and we're gonna take the util we have created in one of the first episode from the util theme, and that was the make a circle. So if you remember, this function is just a function. Finally, we take a size and returning finally the height and the width with the size, but the border radius divided by 2. And now I'm gonna say avatar here for the style we just have put there. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna just say dot 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 for spreading that, make circle, and we're gonna say 30. Okay. And now if I do this, now we get on my face. Okay, I see now that's why we get this problem. It was just finally the min height 70 is perfect. It just they are all stacked together. So we see here my face right there. So what do we need here? We want that to be in the middle. So justify contain center. Remember, justify contain center here because it's row. Gonna go. It's not because it's row, because it's column. Gonna go from the top to the bottom, and if we say align item, we get that from the left to the right. Okay, so now we have the face right there. So now we can remove the background color of the avatar because now we know this is okay. After that, we can do already the one for the icon. So if you remember when we did the action button in the photo card, we have used this ion icon here for the like, so we can use the same. So we're gonna look the same. So like that, close the view, put the avatar, and we just need to import it. So we say import from vector icon / ion icon, and now we get that there, but it's really big, and this is not what we want. So what I say it's 15. And now what we need also is to get this justify contain align item right in the middle, okay? Like that. This is what we want, and we want to remove the background color. And also now I want that to be a button. So import touchable from event flow touchable, take the touchable, wrap your view with this, and just don't forget to put a feedback of opacity. And now just by doing this, we have a button. Now the thing is, we have both here the same style. One of the thing is what we can do. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff when you work with React Native and you see this kind of not dry code. But the thing is, example, I want to change something. Like I mean, for me, I think it's just better to have each one who have his own style. Just because if I want to change the size of the avatar, I can change it there. But if both are the same, I'm gonna need to wrap that inside an array and have it. But the thing you can do, it's inside your util inside the theme. Matrix, I think I put that, yeah. You can create that maybe like a con center element. And this thing, what you're gonna do, you're gonna just say justify contain center. Oh, sorry. And align item center, pass it right there like this, and now okay, I think the hot reload, this is one of the reasons why the hot reload is not every time the best thing. So I'm gonna check in my package. Package looks good. Don't know what happened. Thing I can check is just inside my matrix. Did I make? No, it's just a plain object. I think it's gonna be good. And now if I go there, okay, it should be good. So now we can make use of this center element. And now what we can do, it's replace on both thing here. Replace both here with this spread right there. And that's gonna do the same. So now we can get this center element. You can do whatever you want there, but I just think can be nice to just don't copy yourself there. So now we have the like, and now we can just add the text. So for adding the text, what we need to do is we're gonna have two container. And why that? It's because we have this one and we have the date. Okay, so I'm gonna say a view here. And I'm gonna already wrap that with the text. I'm gonna say this that props that text. Remember the text, I get that just because I spread, and this that props that text. And for the date, this that props that inserted at. And I'm making a mistake, I forgot to put that inside the text. Okay, now we have it. Okay, now we can remove the blue because it's pretty hard to work with. Perfect. So now what we can do, it's first thing I want that to be center with my face right there. So what we can do, it's here say justify content center, just to get from the top to the bottom. But I always want my text to be flex start. So remember what flex start do. Flex start mean it start from here, but if I say flex end, now it goes to the other side. I want flex start. Okay. Now, one thing, it's the text, it's not what we want. So what we're gonna do, it's add this library, okay? So we're gonna do yarn add date FNS. I'm gonna click enter. I think I need to remove my hot reload when I install a package because I get some weird problem in the past. Should be good. I think so. And now, date FNS, they have a really good documentation. So you just tap right there in the left, whatever you choose. And I chose the distance in word to now. So finally what they do is they're gonna return something like that, like less than 20 seconds in about a year. Like finally, the distance we get like finally the time that was created versus now, okay? And for getting that, you click here ES 2015, you import this one, so because you don't want to import all the library like that. And now you can just wrap this thing inside that. Now if I save and I go right there, okay, now I get again the metro building stuff. So it's a problem again with React Native vector icon. So what you do, it's you just run this thing, remove node module React Native local CLI core fixture package.json, and we should be good after that. Sorry about this. I'm gonna close this and just restart the packager. So I just make a mistake. I run the command outside of this mobile folder, so just rerun this thing, and now we should be good to go with the reload. Perfect. So now if I scroll down, and I get we get about 2 months ago, so that was finally the last time we did that. I'm gonna rerun the enable hot reload. Again, I'm gonna scroll down, sorry about that. This is one reason why, example, for doing this kind of component, I think Storybook, it's really awesome for that. And this is something I maybe gonna want to show in future video. But for now, yeah. So just add Ago here in the text just to get this Ago, because right now we just get about 2 months and we don't really know what happened. And now here we're gonna import some stuff from the typography package. And what we're gonna import is gonna be the human system weight and iOS colors. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, it's finally for the text here with the text right there, we forgot to do something. Is this is to add the username. So this is that props username. And now one thing also, because we always repeat this that prop, so we can just destructuring this stuff. And say here we're gonna need the user, the text, and the inserted at. So now we can just remove this that prop here, here, and here, like that. I say everything still works, but I think now it's a bit more cleaner. Also, you can, if you want, you can finally destructuring again, say avatar here, and also say username, so you don't gonna need the user and the dot like that, same thing. And now what we're gonna do, it's now we're gonna add some styling for the text. I go from that, so for this one we're gonna just add for the text style that date, so that date when you get create. And for this one, what we're gonna add, it's a system weight.thin object. We're gonna add also the human caption 1 object. So just by doing this, we get the text a bit smaller, and now we can change the color by saying iOS color dot mid gray, and now we get this kind-ish gray. Okay, so that I don't like that it is too much next to the text here, so I'm gonna just add a date wrapper. Also, what I try to do when I have a wrapper is put it at the top of the element, and I'm gonna just have margin top of 5 just to go down a bit. But now the thing is that text, if you see here and you see in the preview, is not the same. Like here we have the avatar right next to it. So what we do is we can wrap all that in one text. So you can do this like that, and just taking the text like this and putting space right there. And now what happened, it's both become like one text. And now what we can do is we can style the full text. We're gonna call that body. I'm gonna put that right there, and the body here gonna have the same thing as here, but for the human that's gonna be footnote object. We'll get a bit smaller, but now I would like my avatar to become a bit bigger. So what you can do is just putting here the style, and you can just add the system weight.bold finally. So what happened, it's gonna keep the same size as the body, but it's gonna override his font size. That's it. Yeah, so I think that should be that for this video. Was just about styling. The next one, what I would like is to add this feature about the liking the comment. And this way also, after that, when if we create the profile of the user, we can see each like of this user. So now when you have no comment, also we can maybe add no comment yet, please comment, etc. And also what we miss, it's a way to add a new comment. So we should add here like a button or like an input, and when we click on that, that's gonna scroll, or we can already do this from here. So when you click add comment, that open this. Also, one of the thing is view all 13 comment right there. We should change that. So inside the we have the comment input, but here inside the photo car, so the comment input was just add a comment, and we check this provider like that, a navigator. So now we can go back in the photo card, just look where we get this. So that was this thing, putting it on press, saying this dot go to comment, putting that right there. And now this photo card we have already in the this.props, but that's going to be this.props.id. So now just by running that, if I click on my view all 13 comment, we can push to the 13 comment and see if that's gonna work right there. And now we know the number is not good, but we're gonna need to manage that, because the thing is, this comment here we receive gonna need to have some pagination, because right now we have just 3, it's pretty easy. But when we're gonna get like 200 comment in that picture, we're gonna need to start to do some pagination. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we're gonna talk in the next one. Bye everyone.